What are you looking at today? Not physically, but spiritually. Where is your focus? Because whatever captures your attention will shape your reality. Today's verse is Hebrews 12, verse 2. Fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith. For the joy set before him, he endured the cross, scorning its shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. When life gets overwhelming, this one discipline changes everything. Keep your eyes on Jesus. Think about Peter walking on water. As long as his eyes were fixed on Jesus, he did the impossible. The moment he looked at the waves, at the wind, at the circumstances around him, he started to sink. That's a picture of how we live. When we fix our eyes on Jesus, we can walk through storms that should drown us. But when we shift our gaze to the problems, the obstacles, the critics, the fears, we start going under. Here's what fixing your eyes on Jesus actually means. It's not just thinking about him occasionally or saying a quick prayer when things get hard. It's an intentional, continuous redirection of your attention. It's choosing, moment by moment, to focus on who he is, what he's done, and what he's promised, rather than fixating on what's going wrong. It's making Jesus bigger in your perspective than whatever you're facing. The writer of Hebrews tells us Jesus is both the pioneer and perfecter of our faith. He blazed the trail. He went first. He endured the cross, despising its shame, because he kept his eyes fixed on the joy set before him, which was you, by the way. Your redemption was the joy that motivated him through the worst suffering imaginable. If Jesus could endure the cross by keeping his focus on what was ahead, you can endure your current struggle by keeping your focus on him. But let's be honest, this is hard. We're surrounded by distractions, anxieties, and disappointments that scream for our attention. Bad news on every screen, problems that feel insurmountable, people who let us down, dreams that haven't materialized. It's so easy to become consumed by what we can see rather than anchored in what we know to be true about Jesus. So how do we actually do this? How do we fix our eyes on Jesus in the middle of real life? We start by recognizing when our focus has shifted. When anxiety rises, when discouragement sets in, when anger takes over, those are signs we've taken our eyes off Jesus and put them on our circumstances. In those moments, we have to intentionally redirect. Remind yourself of his faithfulness. Recall what he's already brought you through. Declare what his word says about your situation. Worship him even when you don't feel like it. These aren't empty religious activities. They're how we reorient our gaze back to Jesus. And here's the promise. When you keep your eyes on Jesus, he keeps you steady. Not because your circumstances change, but because your perspective does. You start seeing with faith instead of fear. You start responding with confidence instead of panic. You start standing firm instead of sinking. Jesus becomes bigger than your storm, and suddenly, what seemed impossible becomes walkable. Here's your takeaway for today. Whatever has your attention has your power. If your problems have your attention, they'll have power over you. But if Jesus has your attention, his power works through you. Today, every time you feel yourself sinking into worry or fear, stop and redirect your focus. Say out loud, Jesus, I'm fixing my eyes on you. Make him bigger than whatever you're facing. Father, help me keep my eyes fixed on Jesus today. When distractions come, redirect my focus. When fear rises, remind me of your faithfulness. When I start to sink, lift my gaze back to you. Jesus, you are greater than any storm I'm facing. Be my anchor, my focus, my strength. I choose to see you above everything else. In your name, amen. Thanks for your spiritual espresso shot today. If this encouraged you, subscribe to the Divine Disciple for more quick, powerful reminders. Keep your eyes on Jesus. See you next time.